versus the world-famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Being the Buckeye, there's nothing better, bro.
Example, when things get hard in life, you just keep swinging as hard as you can, you fight. That's our culture. Back to the champions, baby!
I promised you we had a plan. Remember that we talked about a plan? The plan was infallible. Part of that infallible plan is getting a team prepared, ready to go, so we start practice. Our coaches know what we got. And there's not one person in America I trusted more than Coach Mick and that staff. Think about this. 130 teams either today, they report, or they've already reported. 130. 16 weeks from now, there's going to be one champion. One champion in our conference, one champion on the side of our conference. And in the country, one team's going to do this. Not 36, not 48, not 44, one. That tells you how hard it is to be a champion. To do right all the time. To know your assignments. To have 11 guys play hard on every staff. That's hard. That's why there's one. I want a hungry team. I want a hungry team. I want a team that can't wait to get out there. Where there's a bunch of players that maybe, whenever a new coaching staff, you haven't played much, maybe you're trying to make a name for yourself, you're a hungry football player. I want a hungry team. And last one, most importantly, I've got to coach a few of them. I want an angry team. I want a pissed off football team. I want a team that has a little chip on their shoulder. Maybe something's been taken from you. Maybe something hasn't. Maybe something's been taken from you. Are you a team that's going to go get it? You're the Ohio State Buckeyes. You're an angry football team. You got an angry staff. You got a bunch of guys that are getting ready to start a journey. We're starting that journey tomorrow at 5 a.m. You're a hungry football team, and I'm proud to be your coach. There's a plan in place, right?
Welcome to the world famous Buckeye Show, man. Hosted by you guys, Cleveland Mike and Terry, man. Terry, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. Really good. I didn't know we had another video playing at the beginning, man. I'm watching. I'm like, oh, okay. Got another little video. Mike didn't even tell me. You like surprising me on the podcast, man. So
had to find something else, man. While we sitting here and I'm trying to tweet out the show and all of that stuff. Had to get something a little bit longer, man. Yeah. So shout out our guy Ryan for the video, man. He sent it to me a while back. I just haven't used it. Man, what's been going on though, man? Anything new? We missed you last week, brother.
Nah, man, nothing new, man. Just been keeping up with this college football stuff, ready for football season, man. Just finishing out the last little bit of summer with my kids. I mean, last night, bro. I'm tired as heck right now. Last night, my son woke up. My special needs son. He woke up at like 12:30 at night, covered in blood, bro. Had a nosebleed in bed, and he don't know what to do with it. So, because he doesn't understand. So he's like doing this, wiping it all over himself. And he came out here. It was a bloodbath, but he was good. We got him cleaned up, got him, all good. But man, that was like the only eventful thing that happened the last couple of days. So.
Yeah, man. I see that they already started in the chat, man. Shout out our guy Johnny. I see you in there, Jam. Shout out Blue Wolverine. We always appreciate you for pulling up. My guy Tree Dog as well, man. So we definitely appreciate y'all. While you are here, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. If you are watching on Twitter/X, make sure that you go ahead and hit that retweet button. We definitely appreciate when you guys go ahead and do that for us, man. But we got a lot to get into today, Terry. It's a lot, man, that's going on around college football. And I want to start it off with, before we start off, hey, we just asked you guys to repost on X. Shout out my guy, Akron Rex. Shout out my guy, DJ.
My guy, man.
We appreciate y'all, man. That's the type of support that we are, man. And like Blue Wolverine said, share the live. We appreciate you all.
For sure, man.
So Tennessee, they are switching back to Adidas. What is going on with this, man? I mean, they were in Adidas schools before. or whatever. But now they are switching back to Adidas. I just want to know, did Nike call and say, hey, after that performance, we can no longer sponsor y'all, man. Y'all ain't looking like a top program, man.
Come on, man. I think Adidas is just trying to get back in the game, man. I think Adidas sees college football, what they're doing with this playoff and all this stuff, and just how big it is. And they're like, look, man, we need to get back into this, get some more schools signed with Adidas, some more players signed with Adidas. Shout out Jeremiah Smith. I don't know. Hey, what would you say, Mike, if tomorrow you woke up, you look at your phone, and it said Ohio State switched to Adidas? How would you feel about it?
I would be weird, man. I feel like that would just be one of the weirdest things that we did is how I would feel about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, I don't know if I would hate it. They might put some fire out, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Adidas look like they're trying to step their game up. So shout out to them, man. I like it. Competition breeds excellence, right?
That's what they say, man.
Nike got a monopoly on college football right now, so.
Hey, that's what they say. But I mean, here's my thing. If we were to switch, we definitely would have to get a lot of perks. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of perks out of that Adidas deal. I see Adidas has some top players. Adidas, bruh, I hated those years. My Adidas, no shoestring in a. Hey, I do have some Adidas, man, but Adidas is hot garbage for football. I never did. You ever wear Adidas when you were playing football? I never did.
Nah, I didn't. And you know, it's crazy. I never had a pair of Adidas in my life until this past weekend. My aunt gave me a pair. She bought them brand new for someone else, and they didn't like them. So she was like, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Let's go." So now I got a pair of black and white Adidas.
Yeah. My football cleat of choice was Under Armour, and the reason why it wasn't Nike was just because Nike, I felt like they didn't how do you say that? Nike didn't go ahead and like they make the toes so pointy and like your feet so pointy that it would just be very, very tight on my feet. So I could never do Nike, man. Shoes. So
they're always like that, bro. Always.
Yeah, it was always Under Armour for me. So. All right, man. Oklahoma quarterback, man. Did you hear about the Oklahoma quarterback? They found his and started tweeting it out. What you think about that?
Man, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, dude, that kid's probably going to get suspended or something. But the more I think about it, bro, he probably just, like, bet his boys on the game. And I know that's probably technically gambling, but, like, he didn't bet on his own team, nothing like that. Like, I feel like this should just go by the wayside, bro, and we shouldn't hear about it no more. Like, obviously, they're going to do their investigation, but I just hope it doesn't find nothing and the kid doesn't get in trouble for this because I feel like there's no way he was out there doing something shady. You know what I mean? Like, even the way he sent it, that looks like you, like, bet your boys, like, oh, I bet you UCLA will beat USC or whatever the game was he had in there. You know? Yeah, I think it's a non-story, or it should be at least.
Yeah, he came out and said that this was an inside joke with friends. I mean, here's my thing is even if they investigated, I feel like all you're doing is wasting your money trying to investigate it because here's my thing. He's going to have to snitch on himself or his friend is going to have to snitch on himself.
Exactly.
Which I doubt will happen. And if I'm OU, I'm like, doing thing. Hey, go ahead, take that down. Who's your friend? Did y'all really do this? We don't care. We just, don't. If the NCAA call you, hang up on them. Here's 5 racks. Don't ever talk to them, and just keep it pushing, man. I do know some Texas fans were mad about this, Terry, and Team Up North fans were mad, saying he should not play in their game versus them.
Come on, bro. Come on, that's just crazy, bro.
Johnny, y'all in chat.
I did see people saying that. Wait, did you see our chat saying that?
Yeah, Johnny in the chat. I want John
Johnny
Mateer suspended
trying to
today.
dodge smoke, man. That's crazy. Johnny's scared, man. Mateer about to go up top on y'all, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh no, dude, come on, bro. He should not be in trouble for that, dude. That's gotta be a no story. I hope it is at least, man, and we'll see, man.
Here's the thing, Johnny. He ain't getting suspended, and with y'all investigations still going on and how long it takes for that to wrap up, he might be going to the NFL by the end.
True.
So, I mean, that is what it is, man. He said it was jokes. But I do want to talk about our Buckeyes, man, because Lord, our Buckeyes have been making some noise around the NFL. And I do want to start off with my guy, CJ Stroud, because everybody that was not an Ohio State fan was calling him a bust because of Ohio State past quarterbacks, which I thought was dumb because we had dual threat quarterbacks. And at the time, the NFL was like, hey, I want you to conform, be more pro style. And if you couldn't do that, they weren't trying to have no Lamar Jacksons out there. It was only a couple teams who would take that risk with a guy. And I mean, now you're seeing it more often, but shout out to CJ Stroud. He ranks number 39 on the NFL top 100 list. I know people were saying that he had a sophomore slump, but I think anybody would have had a slump, whether it be sophomore, junior, super senior, whatever, if your offensive line was having issues and your top 3 wide receivers are out.
Yeah, I think that team had a slump, not CJ Stroud having a sophomore slump. Never was he playing worse. I mean, if you watch it, I know the stats didn't match, but like he was just under hell or in hell the whole entire year because the O-line was so beat up. And like you said, every time that he started getting some chemistry with the wide receiver, they would get hurt or be out or be out for a long period of time. So I don't know. I like what they're doing over there. Honestly, it's, with the Texans, I think that they got a good head coach. They got a franchise quarterback now. So within the next couple of years, they need to put as much as they can around CJ. Try to go out and win something before his contract year comes up. Because once that comes up, it's cooked. He's about to be the new highest paid player probably in the history of the NFL. So I mean, like.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely looking for CJ Stroud to have a great season. Hopefully his guys can stay healthy and that O-line can do a better job. Terry, last week I talked about Travion Henderson getting into a scuffle with Von Miller. Then the preseason game came out, and some Buckeye fans had talked about, man, if Travion's so fast, why did we not put him on kick return? The Patriots say, hey, we know how to use player skill set, and that's exactly what we're doing. And he housed it, 100-yard kick return, touchdown. What you think about that?
All right, we got to be real, though. I mean, Ohio State did try him at kick return. He had a couple chances. I think he dropped the ball 2 times or like didn't field it properly multiple times. And those 2 times he had it. Now, granted, that's probably because they didn't teach him the right way to do it. So, I mean, there's something to that because he didn't have no problem catching it with the Patriots. But, I mean, they did try it a little bit. I don't think they tried it enough, though, because it could have been a dynamic weapon. So, I don't know, man. I feel like when our players go off to the NFL, it's like, do I want to look at this as a negative thing, like, oh, we didn't get the most out of them, or do I want to look at it as we currently have a program that we're sending you off to the NFL to go peak and be the best player that you could possibly be at this time? You know what I mean? Like,
and here's my thing. Like, you were speaking, and our guy Jam said we did have him on kick returns, but I mean, he should have been our kick returner regardless. I know you say, oh, we did, but to me, what I'm saying is he was not our kick returner. And you can blame some of those struggles, I guess, on who was the special teams coordinator at the time, Parker Fleming or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The Patriots were able to make sure he catch that ball and run it for 100 yards. So shout out to Trey.
And
also,
Parker Fleming wasn't there last year, and we didn't have him doing kickoff returns. So
yeah. We should have. That's malpractice.
Yeah.
But also, Trey was playing physical behind his pads. I think he gave one guy a concussion. The dude was just laying there on the ground.
It looked like it. That looked like a nasty hit, honestly. And then even before that, on that same play, he broke a tackle. They've been seeing a bunch of highlights of him catching the ball, which is like that's something we didn't really see at Ohio State. Like we never really throw the ball to him. Not that I can remember, at least. Maybe a couple screens, but like never really anything crazy. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. Maybe we could have done a lot more with him. He could have been a lot bigger of a superstar at Ohio State if we let him. Or I mean, with how much better he got from his junior year to his senior year, I would almost say like maybe he just has developed those skills even more since he's got to the NFL. because he was always getting better, and he's like a student of the game type player too. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a player as textbook with their fundamentals when it comes to pass blocking as a running back. So.
And some of our people in the chat and that are watching might get upset with me about this, but I'll say that his best 2 seasons were his freshman year and his senior year.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, and his senior year didn't have much work with Tony Alford. I mean, you could say going into your freshman year, you know, ain't much really work that you was able to get from Tony Alford either. So, you know, sophomore, junior year, you know, we was like, what's up with Trey? What's going on with Trey? I just feel like that Coach Locke, whatever Coach Locke did, that impression has stayed on Trey, because what he was doing last year, he's taking it to the NFL, and I love it because I ain't like seeing him. I knew he was quick, but I ain't like all the dancing. Get behind your pads, be a running back, run somebody up.
Yep. Yeah, and he developed that, like you said. I mean, that's a guy who just got better. I do think I've seen some people in the chat talking about how he was hurt. I think his sophomore year, definitely, he was really big impacted by being hurt. He came out and said that he wasn't even practicing at the time. Mm-hmm. He was still playing in the games, like very limited snap, but he said he was not able to practice more than once a week. So, I mean, you really can't develop when you have that. You know what I mean? Plus, it was his foot that was hurt, so it's like he lost a little bit of his like shiftiness and stuff. So, listen, I've always been high on Trey. I'm happy that he's doing good in the NFL, at least in the preseason. And hopefully the Patriots will let him be a star over there, bro. Like, if you need some offensive production, you got a guy who's clearly, I mean, his speed translated to the NFL like crazy because he's outrunning people. His physicality translated. You saw at least on that one play, he was able to break a couple tackles. So good luck to him, man. I hope he has a maybe rookie of the year type season. That would be, hey.
Hey, we need to get our awards back, man. We used to be, especially on the defensive side, we used to have that. Yeah, and I want to say shout out our guy JTT and Jack Sawyer. JTT had 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 4 pressures. He was ranked 90.4 pass rush grade. That was amazing, and that was going up against the Ravens. And then today you have a guy like TJ Watt talking about Jack Sawyer. He said he's a big guy, a guy that has been a sponge. He's asking all the right questions. I can see continuing improvement from him. He's been a great rookie so far, and I think he has a very high ceiling, man. And one thing that I know a lot of Ohio State fans were complaining about was Jack Sawyer's get off, but apparently his get off ain't an issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, no, I mean, but he's gotten better at it too. I mean, when he was here, he was definitely struggling with that some, but I hold most of the accountability on Knowles rather than on like the Knowles-Larry Johnson relationship is what I hold accountable for the lack of production that we saw for most of Jack Sawyer and JTT's career. I do think with JTT, maybe it's just the number he has on. I don't know. It looks like he put on a lot of weight, bro. It looks like they got him trying to play 3-tech maybe. Am I wrong? I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that even the highlights I saw of him,
3-4.
Maybe they're running a 3-4. Maybe that's what it is. So they got him like as a big defensive end. He definitely looks like he's put on some weight, but it could just be that number too. He's running number 91, and he's in like a Colts all white uniform. So I mean, like, all right, maybe there's that. But Jack Sawyer, he looks lean to me though, which he never looked lean really at Ohio State. So he looks like he got to the NFL and he's like, look, this is the kind of weight that I want to be at. And I think if he does play at that weight and he's able to mix some of that speed with the strength that he already has, I mean, you're looking at he's going to be playing next to TJ Watt, learning from TJ Watt.
Yeah, I'm hoping that something special out of that happens, man. Shout out Posh is in the chat. We love when Posh pulls up. Make sure that you guys are checking the ladies of the Voice of College Football out. I believe that's every Sunday night. They're amazing. Her and Minnie, they do a really good job. Love seeing them, man. And we are going to go ahead and take care of some housekeeping business right now, man. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football. See what our partner, Win Agency, has to say about his partnership experience with us right here on screen. let's discuss how you can also reach your target market. Contact us at sponsorships@vocfb.com. Again, that is sponsorships@vocfb.com. All right. Dang. Clicked the wrong button. We back, man. So Ohio State had some interviews today, Terry. I mean, not today. Well, before we get to the interviews, we got to talk about Ohio State adding former DC Josh Boyer. And a lot of people, a lot of people were like, oh, this is Matt P. This is, Matt P's eyes in the skies and things like that. Well, one of our beat members sat there and they asked Ryan Day about this and, was like, hey, you got this guy for Matt P. And I don't know about you all, but in the interview, it sounded like Ryan Day was like, no, I got him for me. He's been here since the spring. And one thing that Ryan Day said that this guy was going to be doing was, helping him see the defense from the other side of the ball to help with the offense. So I feel like that's just helping Brian Hartline out even more on his game planning situations and things like that as he adjusts to this new play caller role. What you think?
So something's been on my mind, Mike, with these hires that Ryan Day is making. Let me just ask you a question. Is Ryan Day finally building his staff to beat Michigan? Because people accused him in the past, and I've heard people say this, Ryan Day's built his staff to try to win national championships, not to beat Michigan. I've heard people say that before. And they'll say, like, oh, he's hired Big 12 coaches, and they're trying to be, high-flying and that's not how you win in the Big Ten. It's not how you beat Michigan in November in the cold. Well, Michigan's been doing a lot of NFL stuff with their offense. Now Ryan Day's hiring NFL coaches. And I always thought of Matt Patricia in a way that Ryan Day mentioned this guy. I always said that Matt Patricia will be able to help Ryan Day attack that defense that Ryan Day really struggles against. Mm-hmm. That Michigan-Texas defensive scheme, it's very similar. Ryan Day struggles with it really bad with his offense. It always ends up looking like the players are not doing what they're supposed to do, but also like there's some of that is like what Ryan Day's calling. He's not attacking them properly. Like Texas didn't have a problem with it.
All right.
Texas tore that defensive scheme up, which makes sense because it's what they run, right? Their team's used to practicing against that. But I always looked at Matt Patricia as the guy who could come in and do that for Ryan Day. But I think it's even better that now he's got Matt Patricia to focus on the defense only and basically someone who has the same experience as Matt Patricia to do what I just said on top of that, along with helping Matt Patricia. So I don't know. I couldn't wait to talk about this hire, bro. I've been thinking about this for a couple of days now, just like, I don't know. This staff feels like it's built to beat Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys on staff have either ties to Ohio State or ties to the state of Ohio. So that's weird. Yeah, and I seen somebody posted yesterday just even talking about our O-line. If our O-line shapes out the way we believe, we possibly might have like 4 offensive linemen from the state of Ohio, which I think we've prayed for times like this, Terry. I remember
6'5" or taller too.
Yeah, I mean, we pray for times like this. I love it. I mean, that's definitely what you want. Is he building it to beat that team up north? I'm not sure. I feel like he's building it as an NFL roster. I think that's what he's doing. He's building it as an NFL roster, how an NFL team will build their personnel. And you got to remember from the beginning, one thing that we always knew was Ryan Day likes those guys and those coaches who have an NFL mindset. And in this 12-team playoffs, he's just like, that's what I need. Anybody with NFL experience or somebody with NFL experience. For a team to have 3 guys who are former NFL DCs on staff, very excited about this. And like I said, the track record of guys coming over being NFL defensive coordinator in college, it's amazing.
It is. And even look at like Michigan, let's take it back to them, what they did when they kind of turned their defense around and made their defense start to be elite. They went and got a couple NFL guys. It was McDonald and then Jesse Minter, both of them NFL guys, although I don't think they were NFL DCs before they went to Michigan. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they were not. But they were at least NFL guys who had spent a lot of time there. And I just think Ryan Day himself is an NFL guy, so it makes sense for our staff to go this direction. Also, with the way college football is now, it's like it makes sense anyway. We need guys who are used to dealing with paid players to come here, because now when you're talking and trying to coach up that safety and tell him what to do, that safety is Caleb Downs, and he's probably making as much money as you per year, like or maybe more, like so.
Yeah, we seen that 1 year. What 1 year Jeff Hafley did with one of the worst defenses in program history, and the way he was able to change that around. And he was a position coach, in the NFL before, and now a defensive coordinator. But Terry, man, we got some black stripes removed.
Let's go.
2 transfer guys, man. We got Bo Atkinson, transferred in from North Carolina, and we got Phillip Daniels, who transferred in from Minnesota. And oh my goodness, just everything that we have been hearing about Phillip Daniels from the past couple of weeks, I just think is amazing. Terry, tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, dude, I want to start with Phillip Daniels, bro. Like the whole switch. I mean, I think since the last time, definitely since the last time I've been on here, but since maybe even the last time you've been on here, the quote came out from Ryan Day talking about Cerebell's playing left tackle, and which everybody thought Ethan was going to be that left tackle, and then now Phillip Daniels is supposedly stepping up, and maybe he's going to start at right tackle, so maybe Ethan won't have a spot. It's like, hey, Phillip Daniels, all I remember is that he tweeted out a tweet of him working, and he said, "Don't sleep." And honestly, everybody that I know of, like every Ohio State podcast, Ohio State media that I know of, they were sleeping on him. Everybody was saying, oh, well, he's not going to have to be a developmental guy now. When originally when he was transferring here, people were saying we got our 2 starting tackles. Right. And then people seen him in the spring game and in the spring like practices and stuff and said he needs a lot of development. But, dude, if he's coming on, I don't really know. Like, I don't know if there's going to be an issue with Ethan not starting. I don't know about that. But the O-line is deep, especially if Phillip Daniels is ready to play, regardless of whether he plays or not. If he's ready to play, this O-line is like the deepest unit on the team, maybe, with guys who are ready to play. I mean,
we'll get into the depth of the O-line here in a sec because they had interviews, man. But I'm also excited about hearing about Bo Atkinson and him coming along. A lot of people was worried about our D-line depth, edge depth, and things like that. And we've been hearing good things coming out about Bo as well. So I'm very excited for these 2 young men. Glad that they are officially, got their black stripes off. Our guy, Johnny asks, what does the black stripe mean? Means that they are officially part of the brotherhood. They are officially a Buckeye is what it means, man. Appreciate you all in the chat, man.
And basically they just got to come to practice, show up, establish themselves within the team, start making some plays, stuff like that, and then they'll get their black stripe removed. So if you don't see somebody get their black stripe removed, they're probably far away from seeing the field.
Facts. Big facts. Definitely probably far from seeing the field, man. What's going on, everybody in chat? My guy Don is in the building. What up, Don? We appreciate you always in here, man. So like I said, there were interviews from the O-line. You had Tyler Bowen and interviews, and you had them from Josh Padilla. You had Phillip Daniels was talking. Ethan, I'm not gonna butcher his name, was talking.
Onyama, man, I got you.
Yeah, all right, appreciate you.
Onyama.
Carson Hinsman was talking. I missed my guy Luke Montgomery, man. Our guy Luke Montgomery was not there. But just listening to what
Luke Montgomery was there.
He didn't get interviewed.
Are you sure?
I don't remember seeing him.
You might have missed it because Luke Montgomery was the one who had the quote saying that he likes to hit people in the ribs or something like that. Oh,
he sure did. I didn't get to watch. Okay, so I didn't watch his full one. Yeah. I guess where I was watching, I missed it. But you're right. Go ahead and talk about that, Terry. What our guy Luke say?
Luke basically just said, like, look, I don't really care about none of that. I'm just here to hit people. He was like, I'm just here to hit people. I like trying to drive people to the ground every single play. and it showed in the playoffs. He was definitely doing that, but he basically was like, I like to hit people in the ribs. Like he was acting a little crazy, but I think Luke is kind of like, this is like a dream for him, man, playing for Ohio State. And he did say too, like, even though he played a lot in the playoffs, he felt like last year was not really like his opportunity. And he said he was mad about it, Mike, which I was surprised he said that. He was like, they're like, well, when you got in the playoffs, did you look at it as like an opportunity? And he's like, I was really just pissed off that I wasn't playing already. He's like, I knew I should. He's like, I knew I was good enough. He was like, I was just pissed off I wasn't playing already. So
right.
I don't know. Hey, Luke Montgomery's a dog. I'm looking to see that this year.
For sure, man. We appreciate our guy Don B for the 2. Hey, man, I hate Teton and Pissy U. I agree with you. Penn State, Pissy U has definitely, I don't know. It's like they feeling themselves. They definitely smelling they piss this year. I definitely agree with you on that.
The Penn State hype this year is crazy, bro. Like,
beyond crazy. Crazy.
Do people not know they lost their 2 best players? Like they're dudes that was really even making a difference last year. The dudes that stopped them from getting blown out a couple times last year. I don't know.
No, everybody said everybody returned. Everybody returned. Everybody returned, Terry.
Hey, but if their wide receivers are cold, then maybe. Because I do think their defense is going to be at minimum probably good. I hope it's not good, obviously, but I think it's going to be at minimum at least good.
Yeah, I just want to see if this going to be – I think that they're going to run the 2022 nose defense is what I believe that they're going to run. And I just want to see if he lives up to his explosive nature and giving up explosives.
JJ about to go for 400.
They call it disappointment state, man. We appreciate you, Don B. But also you had Ethan was talking, and they were talking about him moving around. And to be honest, he's saying all the right things. I really want to know how he really feels behind closed doors, but he's just been moving all around. I personally believe that this is going to get him ready for the NFL and help him be better. And that's just the thing. I mean, what Austin Ceraville has played just about every position on the offensive line, and then he just comes out and he dominates in Iron Buckeye, and now he dominates, on the field, because that's one thing that Tyler Bowen said is you're seeing the workouts and everything that he did, the agility stuff with Mick is translating on the field. He said we're cleaning up some technique issues, but I'm very excited about this O-line, bro.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless, like if Philip if Philip is ready to play, bro, no matter which one of them guys starts, your backup is insane, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. I don't. If Ethan Onyamwa ends up being our backup tackle, regardless of which side it is, it's like, and it is unfortunate for him because I think he only has 1 year of eligibility left. But you just never know. Like, you never know what's going to happen anyway. So, I mean, if he gets put in that position, I'm not going to give up on him. I've seen him do a lot of good things when I went to practice, which I don't even think I got to talk about practice on here yet. I think ever since I went to practice, I ain't been on here. But my bad for that, y'all. But
I think one time.
Okay. But, yeah, I mean, I've seen him do a lot of good stuff already. And then I did see him struggle a couple times with, like, getting beat, with especially, like, with speed rushes. Guys like C.J. Hicks, Bo Atkinson, even Kaden Curry have some pretty good speed rush moves. So I'm interested to see how it plays out, bro, because I don't think it's over yet either. I don't think that it's guaranteed that Ethan is not starting at right tackle or left tackle.
Yeah. So what do you think about Philip Daniels saying that C.J. Hicks has some Abdul Carter-like stuff to him, man? I mean, I think a lot of people were thinking that he was like, oh, he's Abdul Carter 2.0. That's not what he was saying. He's just saying that some parts of their game, I believe, is similar, is what he's saying. A guy whose frame isn't, like 260 pounds or whatever like that, just very similar. He called him twitchy, called him physical. Those guys have had some battles, man. And one thing that we do know, Philip Daniels and C.J. Hicks, they work together all the time after practice.
Yeah.
After practice. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, I got you. Man. this is a hard subject to even talk about because it's like with CJ Hicks, I want to have faith in him still, and I want him to do good. I mean, honestly, I think he's going to do good. I really do. I just hope that he actually gets the opportunities to go out there and make plays, because I do think that if he's given the opportunity, he'll go out there and make plays. And I think that as the year goes on, he'll get more and more consistent where he won't really be making mistakes, and he'll be a playmaker. And that's kind of not what people typically have not what people typically expect for a senior. So, I mean,
right.
I don't know, but dude, he looks different than every other defensive end we have when he does get like a pass rush move or try to bend and come around the edge. He looks different, Mike, and it looks natural. It doesn't look like he's, struggling to get the right movements or struggling to get power in the right spots or nothing like that. Like, he looks good, dude. So maybe we'll see all that come to fruition. If he does, our defense is going to be crazy.
It is, man. And I'm excited. I think our defense is going to look the same. I think what's going to be different is just the packages that Matt P is going to bring to us, man. So, they are putting their predictions in here. 7 sacks, 19 tackles for losses, 41 total tackles loading for CJ Hicks. My thing is, I'm not sure. Maybe that would be great. That honestly would be great. I just know we're going to be rotating in guys, so we'll see. But that would be great.
Who else looks a little twitchy is Bo Atkinson. Bo Atkinson looks a little twitchy. If you watch his tape from North Carolina, he was kind of big, kind of remind you of like a Jack Sawyer type player, but with a little bit of a motor more. But when he came to Ohio State, he looks like he slimmed down, and maybe they're going to try to use him as like a edge rusher type of player, which honestly, the way he's built, I could see it working. So I don't know. I think the defensive end line unit overall is just stacked at Ohio State right now.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about it. Before we get into the schedule breakdown, because I know that's what everybody is here for, the Team Up North fans are here for it. We got the Pissy U, as my guy Don calls them, are in here for it. So, what I need you all to do, if you're on X, hit that retweet button, man. We need you guys to hit that retweet button, hit that like button as well. And if you're watching right here on this YouTube platform, please make sure that you hit this like and share with all your friends. We definitely appreciate you all as well, man. Let's see, one moment.
You can make a difference here at the Voice of College Football. Use the Amazon link. Financially contribute to the Voice of College Football without spending a penny. Same shopping experience. It's easy. Go to any video on any channel. Go to the description section and grab the link right next to the capital letters that say Amazon. Use that link and Amazon will instantaneously convert to your account, settings, history, everything intact, just like whatever link you use right now. No difference. Pay no attention to the product that you see right there. Just go search what you want. Don't forget the Amazon link. Thank you for your support. Sincerely, the Voice of College Football.
We appreciate you, Mark, for the great message, man. Make sure you go ahead, cost you nothing to just hit that link and shop on Amazon that way. I mean, you still gonna spend your money. Just help us out a little bit,
Might as well.
Yeah. But again, make sure you please like, share, and subscribe.
And real quick, Mike, before we get into this, I want to ask the chat here. I'm trying to get the chat a little more engaged with what we're talking about. I want to ask you guys, so we're about to go through the schedule. We're going to do a couple different things with this. But what I want to know from the chat is what game this year for Ohio State do you think will be that game against, let's say not like one of their top games. So this is not going to be like a Texas or Michigan or probably Penn State. But the game where Ohio State's going to barely escape, and you're going to be looking back like, I'm glad we just got past that game and got that over with. The team didn't look good. Now we got to learn from that and move on and get better. There's always at least one or two of those games this year, and I think me and Mike are going to get into it. So let me know in the chat what game y'all think that will be.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what you guys think is going to be the trap game. Me and Terry are going to go ahead and get into that. And everybody knows week one, it was supposed to be a 1v2 now we have a 1v3, man. One
That's
versus
crazy,
three. Texas comes to Columbus. Showdown of Ohio State. Ohio State is bringing in a new starter. So is Texas bringing in a new starter as well. Both of these teams, I would say, Ohio State lost 14, maybe 15 guys. Texas, I believe they lost just one under. It's like we lost just about the same amount of players as well. So while everybody is talking about what Ohio State lost, nobody's been talking about what Texas lost. What do you think about this game? And let me know what your prediction is on the outcome.
So do I got to give a score prediction or just
no score prediction? No, just
right,
dub or L. Just dub or L. It's too early for all of that. We don't know how these teams look. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that game week.
Oh yeah, we are. I mean, definitely. Yeah, I'm ready to get into some bold predictions too. I know my guy Steve always be talking about that. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna predict Ohio State to win this game. I think this Ohio State team is better than what people are predicting them to be this year. I think defensively they're better, and I think Julian's saying is better than what people are predicting them to be. So I'm going to give Ohio State a W against Texas week 1. What about you?
I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely giving Ohio State the dub in this game. Everybody is talking, just talking about Texas is going to win this game. But, one thing that I did, I went and I said, man, let me go back and watch this Ohio State-Texas game. Because I want to see, I don't want to see the guys who left. I want to see the guys who are returning and what they did against maybe some of the guys who left, maybe some guys who are returning. And I'll tell you this, somebody also on Twitter, they went ahead and cut up Kenyatta Jackson's, rotational. You seen what he was able to do in the Texas game. I think that him being a starter, you're going to see a little bit more motor out of him, a little bit more physicality and violence out of him. And everybody's been raving about Kenyatta in a way that he's just been a leader and been an example for that defensive line. So definitely give me Ohio State to beat Texas. Also, who's stopping our wide receiver room and our skill positions, basically wide receiver room and tight ends.
And like I said, Mike, don't let these NFL coaches come in here and show Ryan Day a little bit about what to do to beat that defensive scheme that he's been struggling with, because our offense really only stalls out against that scheme.
A little too
you know
high.
What I mean? Like that's like the only thing that Ryan Day, the too high with like the they do like one. I don't know what it's called. I'm not that technical with NFL terms, football terms, but that one like different coverages on opposite sides and stuff and try to confuse the quarterback. But like I said, don't let them come in and teach Ryan Day like, hey, this is what you need to do to beat that. And because if that happens, I don't think Texas is going to be able to score that much on Ohio State's defense. Put it that way. I really think that this defense this year has a potential to be better than last year. And I know I keep saying that, but people are going to say, like, how can you be better than number one? But, like, if you look at that defense as a whole for the entire season,
yeah,
there is a way that this defense could be better than that one. You know what I mean? Obviously, in the playoffs, maybe if we get to the playoffs and this defense does similar to what that one did, maybe they did better throughout the beginning part of the season, they would be considered better. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, man. My guy Akron Rex said Max will be the difference maker, and I agree with that. I do think that he's going to be the difference maker. Also, I think what's going to be the difference maker is if you watch, the Ohio State-Texas game and you think that that's the JJ that you're about to get, it's not. JJ, I think, is going to be moving and motioning all over the field to the point where you're probably not going to know what to do with him. They're going to find ways to get him the ball so that he can impact. And again, like, he's a big guy. So I hope they got some sure tacklers in that DB room for sure.
Yeah. I don't think Ryan Day is about to go any more big games where JJ doesn't really get the ball. I don't think that's going to happen this year.
So we got Texas out the way, man. We got Grambling State and Ohio. I guess both of us are going to call those dubs.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, those are dubs. Those are games I expect to see a lot of the young guys. Let me see Riley Pettijohn go out there and hit somebody. You know what I mean? Let me see Devin Sanchez, if he's not already playing in the Texas game. Let me see him go out there and get a pick six, like how Jermaine did early in his career. You know what I mean? Let me see him go out there and make some plays. Those are definitely dubs.
Yeah, I think going into like I said, the first week, I think Ryan Day is going to have his hand all in the play and game plan and all of that stuff. I think these two games are Brian Hartline sharpening his tools. Go ahead, get your little mistakes off, or try to find your sequencing, things like that. That's what these 2 weeks are going to be for. And then you got a bye week. Before we pull up into Washington, man, we are going to the West Coast after our bye week on the road to Washington. And Terry, this is the one that I have put as a trap game only because it's just last year in the Big Ten, teams going out west didn't really have a good track record going out west during the regular season. So I'm just going to put that as a trap game. Also, it's the first conference play game as well.
Yeah, this is not the game I have as my trap game, but only because I think that Washington, I don't know what their schedule is, but I imagine they'll probably be undefeated at this time. They'll probably be ranked like, what do they say they are now?
They're not ranked.
They're not ranked. They'll probably end up being ranked like maybe top 20 or something by then. And they're undefeated at home like the last 3 years or something like that. I just don't see Ryan. I don't think games like this.
He needs to not be scared. He needs to not be scared. Help him not be scared going to Washington. It's a trap game, but I don't know about being scared. Come on, Ru. Come on, Ryan. You better than that, bro.
Listen, Ryan Day doesn't go into these types of games with these teams that are supposed to be like good, but that people are saying they have a chance to beat you. Like Ryan Day goes into those games and just he beats the hell out of teams like that. Like Ryan Day just goes in and puts it on teams like that. And he goes in super confident. I mean, even if you look at like a West Coast game, like the Oregon game last year, Ohio State went into that game confident, and Ryan Day, like the offense was cooking. Just every single thing that could have possibly went wrong for them. And like Oregon stole some possessions and made a couple plays at the end. But I don't even think that Washington is as talented as Oregon to do something like that to Ohio State. I know that they like that quarterback that they have, but also like you're dealing with like the top-notch athletes, bro. Like that kid's not about to just run all over Ohio State. Like you're not dealing with Pac-12 or like the lower part of the Big Ten athletes where he's just going to go out and juke 3 people and get a first down. Like he's not faster than Arvell Reese. Like he's not faster than Sonny Styles. Like he's not faster than Caleb Downs. You know what I mean? So like those guys are just going to run him down, and I think Ohio State wins this game pretty easily, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Ohio State a dub. It is going to be, I feel like, our trap game just going into the season. Something for Caleb Downs, just smack some folks upside the head and like, hey, get it together. Because we got homecoming against Minnesota, October 4th. Minnesota comes into Columbus. I know some people do have this as our trap game that I've heard. Let me check the chat to see if anybody I got Ohio State winning this game, Terry. I don't think that the rowing boats are going to do anything. I know that they had a close game against that team up north last year where the refs stole their joy, their thunder, and all of that. I don't think that that's what's going to happen with them coming into Ohio State.
Yeah, I was going to put this game as my trap game because it's in between Washington and Illinois, two road trips, but I'm not going to because it's at home, dude. Minnesota's not about to come into Ohio Stadium and make this game close. Honestly, I don't think that unless we're going to see like a Coy Parrish legacy game, you know, that's a little group chat deep cut right there. But
yeah,
but yeah, it's not going to be close. Ohio State gets a dub there.
Facts, man. Who else we got? All right. Now, Ohio State goes on the road. I did see some people put Illinois as their trap game for Ohio State. On the road at Illinois against Brad Bielema. You know, they had a good win against South Carolina. What do you think that Ohio State is going to do against Illinois? I personally believe they win this game and treat Illinois just like they did Indiana last year?
I think Illinois is a team that can slow it down and make the game a little bit closer just by being like a mixy team, which, I mean, Ohio State has gotten in close games with teams like that before. I do think Ohio State will win this game and not really be at risk of losing it, like how you were saying, like how Indiana last year, maybe the score, it's one score closer because Ohio State is just, they're able to slow the game down a little bit and take a possession away from Ohio State. But I think they'll win that game pretty easily.
Yep. All right, we agree. Now, back-to-back away games. They go on the road to Wisconsin before their bye week. What you think, Terry?
This is the one I got as my trap game, Mike. And not that I think they're going to lose this game or nothing. I definitely don't think that because Ryan Day just don't lose like trap games. In the Ryan Day era, there's not really trap games where we lose. But Wisconsin got Billy Edwards from Maryland. They have a quarterback. They added a couple receivers in the portal. I think Luke Fickell's a heck of a football coach. I know they haven't been good in the last couple years or whatever. They're playing a crazy schedule this year. So I'd imagine by the time we play them, they would have already played two really good teams, or at least two really good teams. So they're going to know what, their team's going to be up to par. They should be sharp at this time of the year. And it's at Wisconsin. I think this game could get weird and be a close game. This is the one I have right here.
Yeah, I got you. Just to hit the chat up, Clay said Illinois gives me overrated vibes. I believe that Brett Bielema is a good coach, bro. But I watched what he did, and to be honest, when he was doing his little Rose Bowl thing, I guess in the Big Ten, I mean, the two teams, Ohio State and that team up north, were down at the time. Wow, congrats! Got the job at Arkansas, and then ran KJ Hill completely out the state when he was going to come there. So, yeah. Definitely that. And our guy Steve said Fickell might get clipped mid-season. I think that his people knew that that they probably have the hardest schedule in college football. It's definitely probably, if not top 3, top 5 hardest schedule in college football. With the buyouts, the revenue share, I doubt that they clip him after they just signed him. That buyout would just have to be very easy for Wisconsin. Going on the bye week, now we got our game going up against the number 2 team in the nation. We are going up against Penn State at home. No whiteout. Penn State at home. Probably going to be a big noon game, knowing that it's already labeled a blackout game. So what do you think? Penn State?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Day's never lost Penn State, bro. And I don't think that as much as people will hype them up this year, I don't think that this team's going to be crazy. Plus, they got Jim Knowles over there, so I think JJ is going for 400. Give me the Buckeyes.
400. Dang, Terry. I think Ohio State wins this game as well. A lot of people had a space yesterday, and everybody, I was trying to figure out why is Penn State there, and everybody was talking about, the AP poll, they factor in this about what they say. They said that the AP poll factors in trends, they factor in production, all that. My thing is, if they factored in trends, Penn State wouldn't be 2 because they don't have a good track record of going up against top 5 teams. Also, let's check the trend of James Franklin coming out against a bye. I know a former Penn State player came at me and said, when they come out of a bye, it's normally against Ohio State and it's against that team up north. Well, who the hell are they going up against? What are you talking about? Like, he's coming out of a bye, going up against Ohio State, and he struggles. It's a fact. I've heard Penn State fans talk about this. Everybody, just believes Jim knows this. Yes. If you think that we don't know some of Jim Knowles' weaknesses, you're crazy. Also,
right.
Are your DBs at Penn State good enough to be left on an island? I seen when the game was, coming down to the wire, we ran the ball down their throats just to run the clock out, and Will Howard slid to close the game out. in Sad Valley, like he said. It's very hard for me to pick Ohio State to lose this game, like you said, just with what Ryan Day has done. Also, everybody wants to talk, the only defensive coordinator that stopped our offensive coordinator at Penn State was Jim Knowles, and he ain't at Ohio State no more. To me, you think that people think that Matt P can't do a better job? I mean, you don't find it concerning that you only score 1 point on the defensive side of the ball off of a miscommunication? Like, come on, man. I'm very excited for this game. I think that this is going to be a little personal for Ryan Day, and let's see how he handles that.
I think I've seen somebody in the chat, Mike. I think the next 3 games, this is like our little walk up to Michigan. I would imagine that Ryan Day, a lot of people would start shifting their focus on Michigan around after this Penn State game, because I don't really think that any of these 3 teams are going to have what it takes to beat Ohio State. I mean, that's like just in general, I think those 3 teams, they definitely are. They're not going to even be close, honestly.
I can tell you which I think could be our trap game. Here's another trap game.
I didn't know you didn't do yours. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
No, I did do mine. I said Washington earlier. Right. Yeah. I think that Rutgers could be our trap game. One thing that we know about Greg Schiano is he throws the kitchen sink. You got JJ and a lot of the players already saying, we're not losing to that team up north at all. It's not happening and everything. And this team just being a little young, they could possibly, creep around and look around the corner. Maybe they have in the past because they weren't the starters. So they're accustomed to creeping and looking around the corner. Also, like I said, Greg Schiano's just known for throwing the kitchen sink all at us. I do think that we can go ahead. I think that this game go 2 ways. It could be a close game like Nebraska was last year, or we could blow them out. But one thing that I do know, Greg Schiano is not going to play soft, which I appreciate from him.
Yeah, exactly. And there's definitely something to the game before the Michigan game. I mean, we've seen close games with teams like Maryland and stuff like that before the Michigan game. And all it takes is for one of those to get weird or like weird play happen, bad weather, something like that, and then you could be in a situation where you take a loss. So definitely, I can see that. I can see something like that for sure.
Our guy Toe said Purdue keep sleeping. I think that he's putting Purdue. I think that's the team up north trap game or something, man. I think that's what he's talking about. But I seen them videos leak. I'm good on it.
That's crazy. I'm sleeping like Snow White when it comes to Purdue. Man.
I see why Max Clare left.
I never slept so good in my life when it came to Purdue, man.
Big fact.
They lost all their best players, and they don't even have that good of players.
What? Now we got to wrap it up with the team up north. And I'm just going to say, I'm standing on 10 with JJ. We ain't losing to that team up north. Go ahead, clip me up. I said it looking right at the camera. We ain't losing to that team up north. I just feel we got dogs. We got different dogs out here. We got those guys on the sideline. When guys ain't acting right, we can smack them upside the head. It's just a different type of team, man. And I don't think that they're going to be laying down. Also, Ryan Day was challenged. Everybody says, it was the team up north game. The team up north game with his part was a team meeting, and the guys went at Ryan Day. And for him to sit there against some teenagers and take being cussed at by some teenagers, some young guys, being cussed at, hey, what the F you doing, da-da-da-da, I'm telling you, for that grown man to do that, he humbled himself. I think that was the wake-up call that he needed. And now and he's a player's coach. He gonna want to do for his players. You thought he wanted that game then? He wanted even more now because he don't want another one of them players meetings. Now with Jermaine Matthews out there, no sirree, Bobbio. Let's go. Buckeyes by $1 billion.
I agree with you. I'm going to have to take him on the dub just because of the players, man. And I do kind of agree with you. I think that Ryan Day is going to be out of his way going forward, out of his own way. It's the thing I always said, Mike, is we needed players that were undeniable. And when I say undeniable, I'm talking about Caleb Downs. Like Ryan Day could not go look at Caleb Downs and say, you messed up and costed us this game. But Caleb Downs could go look at Ryan Day and be like, I'm not even going to say the word, you messed it up, bro. Like, you just made us lose this game, and it was the biggest game of the year, and you made us lose it. Like, you gotta wear that. And I think Ohio State having guys like JJ and Caleb Downs and the guys like Jermaine Matthews who are willing to crash out, like, it was necessary. We didn't have those guys before. I think with the last class that left after this national championship year, we're kind of getting to the point now where we just got crash outs everywhere on our entire team on both sides of the ball. And Ryan Day cannot go out and make them lose the game. He needs to go out and put them in the best position and let them make plays. Ryan Day, your job is not to beat this team. We'll beat them. Just make sure you don't mess it up.
Exactly.
I think that's what they're going to do this year. Yes.
Fact. And also, I don't think Hartline gonna let Day mess this up either. That's the thing. The coaches that are on the staff now, they ain't gonna let him mess this up. Yeah. You know, Chip Kelly let him mess it up a little bit because that's his man. You know, they family. Yeah. Listen, we got some Ohio State dogs and coaches too, bro. James Laurinaitis ain't going.
I don't know what's true, Mike, but they say that Ryan Day took the play calling from Chip in that game. I've heard multiple people say that.
That's
if
what
it's
I believe.
Not true, don't shoot me. But it sure looked like a Ryan Day called game against Michigan, and it didn't look like a Chip Kelly, let's be aggressive, go out here and do what we're doing type of game. So I don't know. If he did that, you can't. He has to get out the way, bro. You gotta get out the way. Just get out the way, man. You got the players to go out there and beat them. Period. Get out the way.
Man. Hey, we appreciate all of you all for coming to our Ohio State schedule breakdown. I hope that you enjoyed this. Leave a comment if you did not catch the live show. Make sure that you leave a comment under this video. Let us know what you believe the trap games are, or if there's any games that Ohio State are going to lose. Also, let me know what you think about what we're going to do to that team up north. Go ahead. Don't be scared. Get your preseason takes out there. I see my guy Johnny said, remember your blood pressure. I'm healthy, Johnny. We cooking, Johnny. I'm healthy out here.
I want to say one thing. I see a comment saying that Jermaine Matthews is going to plant the flag. I don't want him to plant the flag just because that's their thing, right? That's their little picture they got on their little, all that stuff. Yeah. I want Jermaine Matthews to flip the crowd off. Let me see it. Do it, bro. Go out there and beat them and then go around the whole stadium.
You don't plant the flag. You run around the whole flag. You run around the whole stadium with the flag in your hand. Let them know, man. Let's do that.
Yeah, take it home with you.
Yep. Hey, again, appreciate you all, man. This show is not able to be successful or anything without you all. Again, hit that like, retweet button, share it. We appreciate you all, man. And with that, we out of here, Terry.
Famous Ohio State Buckeyes.
We might be in a situation where we have a superstar coach on our hands, kind of like how we did with Brian Hartline.
So right from the jump, make sure they understand they're playing somebody different tonight. They're playing the Buckeyes. They're playing